Eagles-Pats rematch? FPI's bold predictions for 2018 NFL season. ESPN. Eagles and Patriots are on a collision course for another showdown, with each bringing back the key elements that brought them to Minneapolis last season. For Philadelphia, it's a stacked roster, from Fletcher Cox to Alshon Jeffrey to Brandon Graham, along with four-down fiend Doug Peterson. For the Patriots, it's Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and then nothing else seems to matter after that. FPI makes each the favorite in their respective conference to reach the Super Bowl, and, if you want to know the actual probability of the matchup, it's 7%, higher than any other. As for who wins? Well, Philly, get ready to party again. So why even play the season? We already know who wins! 14 things we learned from the Eagles' third preseason game. BG. I think if the Eagles have their druthers, they'll find a way to stash Adams on injured reserve while keeping Smallwood as the fourth running back. That would allow Adams, who has been dealing with injury issues this offseason, to get healthy and be better prepared to make the roster in 2019. Updating the Eagles' positional battles after the third preseason game, Philly voice. If I were the Eagles, Josh Adams has shown me enough to give him a roster spot on the 53. If the Eagles were really cutting a guy at some other position who is worth keeping to make way for Adams, then I would perhaps be tempted to try to get Adams on the practice squad, but when you take a look at the bubble guys, the Eagles really aren't rolling that deep. All in all, Eagles having thumbs up preseason. P.com. There is time to get it right. The Eagles will have the players back on the practice fields at the NovaCare complex on Sunday, with Thursday night's ugly offensive performance in Cleveland a thing of the past. A learning experience, to be sure, but one the Eagles will have moved beyond. It's time to look ahead, not back. What happens in the preseason is so often a mirage. A tip of the hat to you, Henry Josie, after leading the NFL in yards per carry average 6.6 in the 2014 preseason, and also one to you, Raheem Mostert, for tearing it up one summer later as the league's leader in yards from scrimmage, that we tend to forget the real purpose of the preseason. Silva's updated top 150 ranks, Roto World 36. Jay Ajayi RB17, averaged 15.7 touches over final 6 games. Eagles missing 190 carries from 17. Grugier Hill seems likely to be Eagles' starting weak side linebacker. Inquirer. Instead, Schwartz seemed to go into the game with the decisions made, perhaps looking for them to be ratified on the field. Jones got all the meaningful nickel snaps. Grugier Hill played more defensive snaps, 45, than any other Eagle. The Birds didn't often play the base defense that required a will, but if they did, he was it. And Grugier Hill also got a lot of snaps as one of the two linebackers on the field in nickel. That buttressed something else Schwartz said. He was looking at more than the weak side position. He needed to put combinations together for the Sept. 6 opener against Atlanta, which starting strong side linebacker Nigel Bradham will miss because of a one-game NFL suspension. Nick Foles closes preseason with another disastrous performance. "I'm just making mistakes," Foles said. "It's on me. I made too many mistakes during critical times that hurt us as a team, so if I clean that up, we win this game. There's time when I feel good and times when I'm making mistakes. It's as simple as that. I just have to keep being critical of myself, keep watching the film and understanding what's going on. I have to keep playing, keep going through it." Upon further review, Wendell Smallwood vs Josh Adams, The Athletic. If you're looking for a prediction, at this moment it says here that Adams gets one of the final roster spots, maybe only for a week until Nigel Bradham is taken off the suspended list in week 2. Sproul's recent injury history and Ajayi's long-term injury history might warrant the extra insurance. Pumphrey's final chance, then, comes in the way of a practice squad spot. Could the modern NFL ever embrace a two-way star like Shohei Ohtani, the ringer in an era of positionless football? Those around the league still have doubts about, and dreams of, a player starring on both offense and defense. The biggest winners and losers from Week 3 of the NFL preseason. SB Nation that 15-yard gain on fourth down was his longest play against